Hey everyone, welcome to week one. So we're kicking things off. We're going to jump right into week one. And we're going to do a couple different things. Like I said, there's not a lot of lectures. So really, I'm kind of telling you about things to look out for this week and things to do for this week. So first thing off is you probably want to jump into under home. Check out week one. There's a week one README. Hopefully you're seeing that if you're watching this video, because that's where this video is posted. You'll also see a couple other things under week one. Week one Wikipedia, week one responding to examples, and week one is called locating sustainability. So that locating sustainability document, that's our first major assignment. And it's an essay that's going to ask you to do a little bit of digging into what sustainability means for a context that you're interested in. You get to define it however you want, and you can do a couple other things. But before we go there, I want to make sure that we kind of look at some of the things that I'd like you to do first. So these things are both due Friday. They're both due at the end of the day Friday, and they're worth a small amount of points. And you'll have a lot of these little discussion board topics as we go. And the discussion board topic is I'm asking you to write around 200 or 300 words on a particular question or area of concern that I'm asking you to respond to. Sometimes it'll be real specific, sometimes it'll be a bit more general. We're gonna start off with some more general ones as we sort of work our way into the topics for this course. But we'll get a little more specific later on. And I'm going to ask you to do some reading. Some of that reading comes from Carl Herndl's Sustainability Reader. Some of that comes from our textbooks, the Writing Spaces, Volumes 1 and 2. So the reason I'm looking off to my left is I have two screens set up, and I always look and see what's going on for the particular week as I'm sort of making these videos and talking to you. So week one, I'm going to ask you to check out the Wikipedia page on sustainability. It's a big page. It's actually really quite well done. It's got a lot of detail, and it's a bit too long. So don't read the whole thing, but browse it. Check out those section titles, go to the things you want to go to, and click on the links you want to click on. And the reason I'm asking you to do that is because it's a good way to get us accustomed to what all the different ideas that are connected to sustainability mean, and all the different things you could possibly explore. And the Wikipedia page doesn't cover everything. There's more here than we can possibly cover in a class, but it does give you a sense of what's out there. And I'd like you to leave a comment about what you found to be most interesting and why. And it doesn't have to be a complex essay. You don't have to have a major thesis. I just want you to have some reason for thinking about this particular topic of sustainability and in this giant Wikipedia page purposefully. So looking at it, tell me what you find most interesting and tell me why you find that be most interesting. That's really what's due first up. If you look second, you'll also notice there's a responding to examples. So there's a couple of articles in the Sustainability Reader. One is Sarah Lazanova and one is Deborah Whitman. They talk about a couple of different issues connected to sustainability, and they're kind of case studies, but they're short article case studies. So they're not officially case studies in a business communication sense of the word. They're just descriptions of maybe different companies and different issues that are around sustainability, but they're not brand new. So I'd like you to do a little bit of digging, and this is internet research only. This is Googling only. Try to find out and pick one of the two. You don't have to do both. Pick one of the two and try to figure out, how has this issue been updated? What would we want to know now if we were concerned at all about that original article that I'm asking you to read? Pick one of the two, do some Googling, and then find out how that issue got updated. And I know both have updates, and I'm not looking for specific ones. I just want you to be able to explore how things change over time with regards to an issue. And one of the things about sustainability is we're constantly reevaluating it, and we're constantly sort of questioning, are the things that we're doing working? Because one of the tricky things about the idea of sustainability is that it has to sustain over time. And we often don't know if the things that we're doing are sustainable over time until that time passes. So now that some time has passed, I want you to do some updating of it. So that's the second thing. Both of those discussion board are due Friday of the first week, January 10th, 11:59 p.m. They're both worth 15 points just for doing them. Both about the same length as well. And the last thing you want to look at for week 1 is the assignment, the main locating sustainability assignment. So if you click on that, you'll see sort of a description of the assignment, and it's not due for a little while. It's not due for actually, I think, early in week 5, because we're going to do some things on the way towards it. And our first assignment takes a little bit longer to warm up than our second 2. So what I'm asking you to do for this assignment is to care about sustainability in some issue related to your life. And that shouldn't be crazy hard. It just should take a while to figure out what that might actually mean for you. So in this essay, which isn't too long, you're going to be defining sustainability and choosing a definition, probably not one that you come up with, but one you're leaning on somebody else for. So you're going to be citing somebody as what you mean by sustainability. And it might be a really generic term, a really generic definition, or it might be something specific to your context. And what that context is going to have to be is it's going to be something related to your major, something related to a profession that you're interested in, or something related to a hobby or an activity that you're in. I mentioned in the very first video, I bike a lot, and I'm curious for myself about how issues of sustainability feature into bicycle manufacturing processes. So we all talk about steel bikes lasting forever, and that's true, and we can recycle them, and that's true, and we can't do that with all materials. So that's something that I'd be interested in. And I'm curious as to know what you're going to be interested in. It might have to do with your major, it might have to do with a profession that you're interested in jumping into, or it may have to do with just something you're curious about. So that's next. You'll also have to talk about a little bit about what practices are current in the conversation about sustainability within the context that you're focusing on, what current challenges are there, and then hopefully where do you fit in? So what? So why do you care? And I want to know that you have some investment in this. So that's that first major assignment. You can start thinking about that now, but we're going to do a bunch of small stuff on the way. And if you look ahead to week 2, you'll see some other small stuff that's coming up. But we're not actually completing the assignment for a while, and we're going to do a peer review beforehand, so don't worry about it. It's not due right away. Aim for the things that are due this week, those introductory sort of think pieces that I'm asking you to look at, do a little bit of research for, and then write about, and that's the stuff for week 1. And I'll see you later on week 2.